Okay, Euphorians. We have Alex tuning in from Sweden.
All the way from Sweden.
Alex, how are you feeling? You've had it kind of
I've
rough.
been awake for more than 24 hours, so not amazing. Kind of delirious, but so it goes.
I'm
But I'm
sorry.
happy to be out here in Sweden. We just recently found out that we're actually the number two most listened TV review show in this country. I don't
So
know how that
crazy.
happened, but it's a nice coincidence that I'm here right now.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Swedes. Come say
Shout
what's up.
out. We love the support, but
Say what's up.
okay, well, per usual, Alex and I haven't texted, talked. I mean, we haven't even had the opportunity because of all your travel, but Alex literally, no lie, landed, got to his hotel exhausted, didn't sleep, and watched the whole. I was literally worried that you were gonna fall asleep, not because it was boring, but because you've been up for 24 hours. I was like, what if he never joins the call because he fell asleep during the episode?
It's very possible. Yeah, I'm gonna yawn a lot, but yeah, just finished the episode. Didn't take any notes. Just came straight from finishing it
That's fine.
here. So you're
Honestly,
getting
I
the
didn't
raw
take many
version.
either. I didn't take many either, not for lack of like not wanting to. I feel like because of our timeline and our circumstances, I think it would be better to like do another episode after this where we're both actually
Yeah,
together
yeah,
and really do our like regular deep dive where we pull references and things because I just even me like waking up this morning, I there's no way I could have watched like a 90-minute rewatch and have like prepared the notes in time for us to meet with the time difference. So it's all good, but let's just raw react to everything. I'll start out with I this is not me being dramatic. I've never cried harder. Like I was absolutely sobbing. Like I was surprised by how of like emotionally affected I was by the episode.
I got a tear
It
from
got
me
to
here
me.
and there.
Well, you're also like in a hotel in Sweden. Like, you're not at home with me like,
Yeah,
you had to
right.
watch it on your laptop, but I'm telling you like on the big screen, just having all the emotions going into it, knowing like personally me thinking like this is the end, which we did get confirmation. I'll talk more about it later, but I listened to like an hour interview with Sam this morning with the New York Times, and it
Yeah,
is the end of Euphoria, just so you know. Again, Alex like just is like completely been off the grid, so I'm like just now telling him all this, but it has been
yeah.
confirmed that Euphoria
Okay.
is finished. Like it's
Mm.
done. And I'm glad that I did a little recording beforehand. I don't know if you probably have not had a chance to see it, but I did do like a little reel just to have for myself, me talking about like how I felt if it were to end or not. And I'm really glad that this is the way it ended. I feel like my takeaway is that Sam really stuck true to what he was doing in the first place, which is this is a story about addiction. And I think as much as I love Rue and was like jokingly like please don't kill her, I sadly do think that like this unfortunately is the outcome of a lot of teenagers that get involved in drugs and deal with addiction. I do think similar to Ollie's backstory, sadly more people lose their life to this than make it. And I mean, I don't know if that's statistically true, but it is a part of it that is actually, like
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
intense. And I
Yeah.
think at the end of the day it delivered. So like as much as like we're as people attached to these characters, it's I think it was good that he stuck to like the truth behind that, which is that it can really fucking suck and it can take you like that and in an instance. I could go on and on, but I don't know where do you want to even like start? Like I guess like overall just like thoughts, were you wowed? Did you like it? Like
I did like it. I thought it was great. I'm interested to see it again. The heavy like religiosity of it was interesting and maybe not
okay.
what I expected. Obviously this whole season we've been leading into the religious aspect somewhat, but it was certainly pretty strong,
Okay.
especially in the second half of the episode. But I don't
Interesting you say
necessarily,
that.
I want to watch it again and see how I feel about it.
Do you mean like it bothered you? Like the Christianity of it all was like annoying? Or like what do you mean by like you just felt like it leaned really heavy into the religious part in general? Or like did it what bothered you about it?
I guess there were a few moments where maybe it just felt a little preachy, like
Okay.
both with that and with like the drug stuff. It was a little like PSA, not in terms of like what events transpired. I see
Uh,
like the events like yeah, it's all very real and it makes sense, and I'm not complaining about that. It was more like
sure.
there were some delivery and some exposition around that that felt kind of PSA-ish, you know.
I think yes, I
But
agree, but
I want to see it again though, and I'm not like
yeah.
coming out hot like against it. I thought it was a beautiful wrap up to the show. Like I don't mean to focus on the negative right off the bat. I thought it was
Sure.
fantastic. Holy shit! Like you know, so many insane moments. Really unexpected. Like I like that there was probably no way anybody could have predicted how all of that was going to go down in detail.
I
You
agree.
know, maybe
I
in
was
broad
actually
strokes,
wondering
but
that. That was my biggest like topic I guess I wanted to talk about with you because we react to things so differently sometimes. I classic Paige mode. I don't know about you, but I genuinely like didn't know. I did not catch on at all that Rue had like passed. Like I thought when Ollie woke up and she was like Fez is like out of prison, I was like, "Oh, let's go." Like but I also was like, "How what? Like how are we gonna what's going on here?" Like I was like, how are they gonna like tell this storyline without, Angus being here to tell his character's part? So that part, of course, like in the moment, you don't have
that
much
part was
time to think about
hilarious,
it.
by the way.
The what?
That part was hilarious, by the way.
Oh, I know. It was great. But
And
I did
parkouring out
love
of
it.
prison was so funny.
I did love it, but I guess like of course like once she reached out for her mom's hand, I was like, fuck. I just like I knew. I didn't know how it was going to continue, but I did not know that she was dying until her mom showed up and was reading the Bible. And I was like, okay, she's not really here. It all started to click, but if I'm being honest, like, I did not predict that was the way she was going to go. And now in retrospect, I'm like, how dumb am I? Like, obviously, Alamo gave her those pills. Like, I was kind of like, damn, he's being nice, but I guess I assumed, like, something's happening down the line. I'm not dumb. I don't think Alamo's just cool with Rue now. Like, he knows about the DEA. But I genuinely didn't think the pills he gave her were what was gonna be her like end result. Did you?
Um, I I don't know. I got a little bamboozled by that moment because when he first comes out, when she is alive in like the dream, I thought she was gonna be dead then. So then because she wasn't, I kind
Uh,
of bought it and I was like, oh, she
yeah,
is alive because I thought that was gonna be her dying, and then I ended up being right, but I'd already been bamboozled. So
totally.
I
It
know
was well
I don't
done.
remember I do remember thinking like Alamo's gonna get Rue, but I didn't think like necessarily in the moment that the pills were poison.
Sure. I mean, obviously, Rue's death is like a very important thing to the fans and everyone watching. So like, it. I do
Crazy.
like how Sam wrapped it up. I feel like he talked about it in the interview that addiction, unfortunately, like a lot of times it sucks, but it's like in those weak moments where it just shows that like Rue still wasn't, she just wasn't healed. Like she went for the pills, and he was like, people that don't go through addiction, they really don't get it. Like it happens like that. And the saddest part is a lot of people do pass or have this happen to them, and it's not that over dramatic. Meaning, like he didn't want to over dramatize like Rue's death. He kind of wanted to keep it true to like her addiction, which is sucks that it happened that way, but that's what happens in the real world, and it's shitty. It's like you could have no intent to die. Like she took one pill and it killed her. Like it's scary. I guess it's just I hear you about the PSA, but I do think I guess for younger audiences, like I would again I always say like I would kind of want my kids to see something like this to kind of feel the weight of like look like she wasn't even, the all the times were like Rue should have died. Like the one time she just takes one pill, that's the one that gets her. And it's unfortunate, but a lot of,
Yeah, that
people
is the
I've
way
known
it
that have
goes
lost their life to
sometimes.
addiction, yeah, like that's how it goes. So I don't think it was like a bad way for Rue to go. If anything, it kind of made the most sense. It was like,
I
you
agree.
know, so, but yeah, was it emotional for me? Oh, hot damn. I mean, not to jump ahead, but I just will, like, the end scene of the homestead I thought was really like, oh, did that get me? Like, her sitting across the table from Coleman and
Yeah.
His acknowledgement of how like Rue's become this like daughter figure in his life, and then him seeing her across the table, I was like, oh nope. That's when I just like lost it. I was like, oh my god. Like I thought it was a really beautiful way to end the whole episode. It was, but yeah.
Yeah.
So wow, I
Agree.
don't know. I guess like we can just kind of like again. I don't want to dive too deep, just because I'd rather be with you in person. But that opening scene, woo, it was fun when she's
Yeah.
being chased through the tunnels in the
Yeah.
Nazi compound.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that
Faye
was
gets
great.
punched out. I was like, honestly
Yeah.
deserved,
Yeah.
honestly, and yeah, like obviously
Crazy that
so
Faye and that guy get away.
I kind of like it in a funny way, meaning like I like that we were joking around last episode that like will Faye get her like Nazi romance like riding off into the sunset? Like we literally joked about that, and I'm like, as fucked up as it is, she did. She gets on a horse and like goes away like and makes it,
Yeah.
and I don't care that much. I'm kind of like it makes sense. Like he figured it out and was like, we're out. I loved the lasso scene where Rue was getting dragged. Like
Oh,
that
yeah.
was so cool, just the
That
way
was
it was
great.
shot, and
The
the
whole time
behind
I
the
was just
scenes.
waiting for him to get shot. The lasso
Totally,
guy. Yeah.
yeah. And it was cool to hear that the guy that rode the horse and like lassoed her in real life, he was like, yeah, I like. Not a lot of people know this, but this is like my lifestyle in real life. Like I'm a total like rodeo wrangler, like so he was like getting to do that was pretty
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Like
Nice.
getting to do his own stunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, super fun. Lori, I mean, again, I'm kind of jumping around, but pretty crazy that Lori is just like, I'm out. I'm not going
Yeah,
to
that scene
prison.
was great. She really looked like a Dracula faced bitch in that scene before she jumped off. Like they really made her look like a ghoul, which
Totally.
she is. That was great. The whole
I
like that whole
agree.
raid scene was really good.
Yeah, it was
The
great.
whole the guy and Lieutenant Dan debating whether he's gonna fight or not and all that. That was all really
Yep.
good. The
Yeah,
rat, the rat was
the what?
good. The rat,
The rat. Oh,
the
in the
rat under the
car.
floorboards. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so explain to me. Because again, I have to do like a rewatch. I haven't had much time. So what's the deal? Is Bag Eddie? Was I right? Is he the part of the DEA, or was he working with the cops? Because
No.
no, but so when he's sitting in the ambulance, the cop looks at him and is like, "Can't wait to meet your Alamo Brown in person." And he's like, "I quit." He says, "I
Yeah.
quit," and I'm like, "I quit what? Like, is he going to jail too?"
No, he quit working for Alamo. He didn't get caught for anything.
I thought, but he's driving the ambulance that have.
But
Oh,
there's
there
no
were no.
crime. There's nothing in the ambulance.
Got it. Okay,
Alamo
so
Bishop
I
figured out that Rue was a
misinterpreted.
rat, so when they were in Tijuana picking up the girls, Bishop was also there secretly, and they swapped the ambulances, and he took the one with the drugs in it back alone,
Got
and they
it.
gave a clean ambulance to while the Nazi guy was inside getting the girls. They swapped them, and Big Eddie drove the clean ambulance back.
Got it. Okay. I just misinterpreted. I thought for maybe a second the cop was kind of like nodding to him, like, and then I thought he meant like I quit, like
He
I'm
was
out of
like, "I know
this.
you work for Alamo," and
Got
Alamo
it.
like outsmarted us this time, but we still want to get him. And that guy was
Got
like, "I'm
it.
done with this shit." Like,
Sure, sure. Ooh, yeah, crazy.
that's why, that's why G is the strip club manager later because that guy quits.
Got
Big
it.
Eddie.
Crazy. Crazy, crazy stuff. But yeah, that whole so the Nazi compound, like, bye, Lori's out. Also, wait, I have a prop.
Ooh,
Just
love a prop.
because we've got
Love a
Paladin here.
paladin. Hell yeah.
I
We
brought
did
him
get to
just to be.
see. We got the paladin song back and more scenes from Paladin. That was fun.
Yeah, a lot of talk. So
A
yeah,
lot of
Paladin's
birds
here
too.
for the
Yeah,
season finale.
we had lots of birds in this
Our
one. We got
Euphorians know.
some
They know the
snake.
lore. Everyone knows the lore behind Paladin. So yeah,
Oh
he's
boy,
here to keep me
Paladin.
company.
Paladin, our king.
Right. Okay,
Yeah,
but
nice.
yeah, I mean, I guess what did you think of the Maddie+Cassie diner scene? I thought that was really well done. I thought I kind of like again.
I don't
I'm
know.
sticking. I'm sticking to what I said from the beginning. I kind of like that Sam. has kind of made them end in a way that's like they're right back where they started. Like they're this duo that's like been friends forever. They've both made really shitty decisions. Some Cassie more than others, but I do think it's kind of perfect that they end together in this mess of like all their mistakes.
It seems fitting.
It does.
Yeah.
I didn't like
really
hate it. In
loved,
other words,
I loved In Dreams playing during that, which is funny because I actually am wearing my Blue Velvet shirt.
ooh, love
One of the
on
only,
theme.
one of the 4 shirts I brought with me ended up being thematically relevant.
For sure.
But
Love
liked
that.
that. I also really liked on the song vibe. I thought it was funny how they played Ebony and Ivory for a second when Mitch and Big Eddie were doing the ambulance drop off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was
funny.
fun. Totally.
But yeah, Maddie and Cassie, interesting. Yeah. I need to
And
reflect on it more.
yeah, you need some more time. Yeah, I just felt like it
I
made
don't hate
sense
it
for their
though.
characters.
They deserve each other.
That's what I'm saying. I think it made sense. I think it's like, yeah, they deserve each other. They've made these mistakes and have ended at this point, and it's kind of one of those things too, where like when you've lost everything, which they both have like lost Nate, and all, all this has happened. At the end of the day, you're kind of like, are we still gonna harp on like old shit? Like, I guess at that point, you're like, we
I
just
don't
watched
know.
like someone we grew up with die, like in a very, very like traumatizing way. I again, like speaking as a girl, like if I was with my homegirl and that happened, I think I would just be over it. I'd be like, all right, like I'm exhausted. Like I don't need to be
All I
your
could
like
think
best
during
friend,
that
but
scene, the only reason I have any like pause is because all I could think during that scene was like Cassie like hugging her and being like, "We'll get through this," and I'm like, how is Maddie not like, bitch, like this is all your fault. Like you have been the
Sure.
one that has gotten me like head over heels into like some crazy bullshit
'Cause-
time and time again and fucked up my life time and time again, and like here we are and it's like the worst and it's your fault, and now you're like, we're together though, it's okay. I'd be like,
Yeah.
no, I'm done with you. I don't ever want to see you again after all this. Like
I mean, I
kind
hear you.
of- I can't tell if I
think-
think that makes sense for her or not.
But it's like her character evolution. Like we talked about it over the season. She's become a little more peaceful, harmonizing Maddie. Like I think it's kind of like she's just like tired of the fight. She's kind of fought through a lot of shit over the years, and I think she's just
Yeah.
exhausted and is kind of like ready to preserve her energy. And again, like after all that traumatic shit happening, I don't really blame her. I think it's just kind of like, all right, like let's just put this to rest. And to be fair, like as we learn, they're kind of in survival mode. It's like, okay, well now what? Like fuck. And she kind of needs Cassie, and so it's like, are we gonna sit here and argue about like petty shit, or it's kind of like scary. Like she owes Alamo. Like if you think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it, so it's like they kind of do have to work together, whether or not they get along
Well,
or
I was,
not.
yeah, but I was ready for the dynamic to be like the you work for me, bitch, like from the last episode, and instead it's
Sure.
like back to like friends. So I was a little surprised by that, but I think you're
Yeah,
right. It
I
makes
feel you.
sense.
Okay, well, I loved the scene where Lexi's at the house talking about the Bible with Cassie.
That was interesting. I think that's where I was like feeling like things were getting a little preachy. I was like,
Oh, really?
I don't really know why that scene's there or how it makes that much sense. It
So-
felt very. I mean, the whole scene was beautiful. Like,
Yeah,
I loved
all the
Lexi's
shots.
Annie Hall fit. Like, I thought it was a really interesting. I thought the dynamic between them as sisters and their relationship was really interesting. So, not mad about the whole thing, but the Bible parts of it with Lexi and stuff, I was like, I don't really get where this is going. It felt a little like out of the blue to be like, this character is suddenly like a big evangelist for the Bible, being like
She's not,
beautiful
okay.
and impactful, and it was like a little jarring. I don't know.
I
It
read
felt
it
a little
completely
off to me.
differently. I read it completely differently. So how I saw it is, here's Lexi, who is a writer, is interested in storytelling, and is reflecting on Rue's passing and is feeling a lot of guilt. And naturally, I think part of that guilt is kind of like it's like, imagine you're not paying attention to your friend when they're trying to tell you something about their life. And in that moment for Rue, it was like religion. She was trying to like talk to Lexi about God, and was trying to like wrap her head around what had happened out there in the desert. And Lexi was, working. She's like too busy to listen to her. And it would suck that that's like your last moment with your friend. So I saw it more as she was reflecting on that and feeling guilty about it. And naturally, I guess I would have done the same. I probably would have read a book that my friend was trying to talk to me about. And in that moment, I was like, fuck you. Like, I'm working. Like, please leave me alone. I'd have a lot of guilt about that. So I guess I saw it as her being more curious. Like, why was Rue reading this? And, like, I've
I agree
actually.
on all that. Like, it doesn't shock me
It
that
didn't
she
feel
like
preachy. I guess I
read
didn't
it.
see.
It was the like lengthy like after about how kind of like great it is that was feeling a little weird to me. Of course,
I
it
don't
makes
think
sense
she
she would
meant
read it.
great. I
Like, I
think
don't
she
think that
kind of
was
was.
weird. I guess.
I guess I just didn't read it that way. I thought she meant great by like the storytelling. Like again, she's like a nerd for like theater, so I think she. I took a note. I said I again like I think at least at the end of season 3, I can say I relate to Lexi probably the most of all the characters, which is like kind of new for me. And I wrote because I liked her talking about how the Bible, she's like, it's actually full of like violence and sex and is kind of crazy. And you and I say that all the time because I have friends that are very Christian and are like, I won't watch Euphoria. I'm like, but you'll read the Bible? Like jokingly, but like actually, you're like, but in the Bible, there's like hookers, there's like people getting
Yeah,
beheaded. Like it's
incest, like
nuts.
genocide. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's pretty crazy. So I kind of liked that she like touched on that. I thought maybe that was Sam kind of hinting like the Bible's kind of like nutso, believe it or not. But so I kind of like took that away from it. But I also, pushing the Bible aside, I did think the message she brought up of like how people just continue to die, like in the Bible, she like brought up that's just like the pattern. Like people keep dying and you just have to keep moving on. I actually like deeply like it was like a little emotional for me because she was saying like when she started tearing up and was saying I've like lived my whole life since dad died, always afraid in my life that someone was gonna die again. And I've talked to you on a personal level about this a lot, how like I've lived in a lot of fear since my dad passed. Same thing, like just constantly having anxiety because you now know what that feels like and you know it's inevitable, but you still carry that anxiety. So even though it's like I know that death is gonna happen again in my life at some point, it's hard to not live day to day still having that anxiety. And I kind of felt for her in that moment. So I think it was just the Bible was kind of tying that all together for her. I think it was like an epiphany. She was having a moment of like, I read this Bible that I've never paid attention to, and this is what I got from it. I didn't take away that she was like pro Bible, like I love this. I think she just had a little moment there, like with all of her emotions. Like that was all I took from it. I didn't read too
Yeah.
far into like the Christianity of it. And I again definitely related to that like super heavily. It made me really sad because you're like it makes sense. Lexi, everyone's been like dogging on her all season. And it's like this girl's going through a lot of shit. She's just handling it differently than the other characters. And it's not right or wrong, but it's her way of like coping and moving through the world. So all the Lexi haters,
Well,
fuck off.
the whole like people keep dying thing too obviously ties closely to Alamo's or Ali's book. It's
Yeah,
just like name after name after name,
for sure.
and that just like constant loss and like suffering.
I think it also was good for that. I felt that moment was needed because it showed how disconnected her and Cassie are as sisters emotionally. Like, Lexi's having this, like, deep, like, connecting her traumas with, like, Rue's death and having all these, like, deep moments, and Cassie's just still, like, so surface level. It was like, Rue had a nice smile. You can tell a lot
Interesting.
from a person for the smile, and I was like,
I actually disagree. I thought that was the only time we saw anything close to like old Cassie.
oh, I agree, but I meant more like
I didn't
her and
think it was
Lexi's real.
super like superficial. I thought she was
Oh,
actually being
really?
like the most like genuine she's been. Like I think that was actually like a nice thing to say about Rue that like meant something to Lexi, and I think like her comment about their dad and like how he's the last
Got
thing he
it.
said to her was like I love you, and she's like but that didn't like really like change anything.
Sure.
I thought that was all like kind of I don't know, I read that differently. I thought that was the only time in the whole season where Cassie wasn't being like a giant piece of shit basically.
I do agree now that you like said it that way. I meant more that Lexi and Cassie are not on the same page. Like I was relating sometimes, again, not directly obviously, like I love my sisters, but when you're like trying to reach your sibling and they have like a different take, that's kind of how I was feeling about it. Like you've just like poured your soul and said all this and then but I do agree with you now that I rethink it though. It did seem like a somber moment between the two of them. And I do agree it was the first time we saw any softness in Cassie, like, since season 2. So, yeah, but the shot of, like, when they, like, pulled out away from the house, and that's, like, the last we see of Cassie, really, I was, like, it was just so, like, beautifully shot. I thought it was a good way to kind of, like, wrap up on her. Like, she's just
That
left
shot
with her
was
wing
really,
right.
all the shots were super cool from that whole scene.
Yeah. So, yeah. I just, again, related with Lexi a lot on that, but I see your point about the Bible. It is a little preachy. I'm not, like, denying that. I just thought it did tie together, like, what she was trying to
The
say.
points made are like relevant. It was more just like the writing about it being like consistently like mentioning how beautiful it is, and like it just kind of felt like they were kind of harping on it a little much, where I was like, all right, we get it. Like,
Yeah, we got it.
I get it.
Alex, the Bible hater. Kidding. Yeah, apart from that, I guess, again, just kind of jumping around, but what did you feel about Jules' scene? Anything, or like, did that upset you a lot? On the internet is quite divided on that, and I thought it was well done. I personally, I don't know, it's depressing, but I just like, I think though that it is what it is. Like, this is the life she's chosen, this is where she's at. I don't know what else you could have really done with her storyline. I do think that part was really intense and like evoked a lot of emotion, but I was bummed to see that she's still just like with that guy, like when he kisses her on the forehead and is like I was just like, damn it, Jules, you're just still there. Meaning, like, since the slap, you haven't, like, had any, like, epiphany about your life. You're just still kind of, like, grinding, but I don't know. I thought it was really emotional. Also, I have another prop in honor.
Let's see it.
In memoriam. Oh, wait, the ring light is totally ruining it. I have this cute... Here, I'll turn off my ring light. Oh my god, now the computer's in it. The struggle.
We get it.
The carnival photo. Yeah, I have that on my above our bed, and I was like, rules. That was really sad to be like, damn, that's over. Like, what an era.
Yeah, no problems with
no
that
critiques.
Scene. I would say I liked it.
It was really like I thought it was good.
I could have used more like Jules in this season overall. Like, you know, I guess that's my biggest like thing to say there. No issues with this really in particular, but could have used more Jules face time, you know, over the whole thing. I think it made sense that it was super Rue focused, but you know, we have time for the Maddie+Cassie storyline. I could have used more Jules time.
Totally. The thing that's a bummer,
but
the bummer and the reality behind that is in Sam's interview, he said that, which we've already talked about many times, was the scheduling for this was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
So he said, you know, like, he gets why people are so passionate about, like, Nate and Jules' storyline in particular, he brought up, and he said, I totally understand. And he's like, it's a blessing that people care that much, like, about these characters I've written. But he was like, but I'm really satisfied with, like, how I
didn't like, need Nate Jules, you know, like...
No, he meant separately. Like, their storylines separately, people are really up in arms about. Like, Nate, we've talked about every episode being, like, a total dunce.
Yeah.
So he was saying, though, that he felt it was important, amongst all the reality of it, which was scheduling and just getting everybody together. He also said that he feels like Euphoria in his head, like, continues to go on. So even though it's over, like, he hates that people conceptualize it as, like, Jules, like, oh, she never got her, like, ending, or, like, we didn't get enough. He's like, I wish, but, like, that's just not, like... In my head, I have so much to tell, like, about these characters, but at the end of the day, like, it's a TV show that I've been given, and And he was just really realistic about it. He was like, it felt like what was right for the story. Like, it felt like, unfortunately, like, their storylines, to me, in my opinion, felt right. But I am appreciative that people, like, care so much and are bombed. And I wish I could have expanded, but that just wasn't, it just wasn't, like, granted to me. And I could have tried, but he's like, there was just a lot. And Rue was kind of, like, my focus. Like, I really wanted to make sure we did, like, Fezco and her justice. And so I kind of understood it, but... it was really cool, though, to hear that whole interview with him because, man, like, he's spot on, just said a lot of the stuff we've talked about in the podcast, which I thought was kind of cute because, like, we've been doing this a long time now, and he rarely does press or interviews. He was just like, the complaints people have about the show, he was like, I hear you. Like, I'm not someone that's just always sitting on my high horse thinking everything I do is, like, gold, but also, like, I'm in love with films. Like, this, to me... in my dream world is a movie. Like, I'm not, like, a TV guy. So he was just pretty much saying, like, I think a lot of the negativity and, like, criticism around it is people that just watch, like, shit TV. He literally flat out was, like, said what we've said. He was like, they want these, like, dimensional characters where, like, you just know where they're going, you know what to expect. Like, people want that because that's what they're, like, given all the time and time again. He's like, that's just not me. Like, I grew up on movies, so, like, a lot of my inspiration and my character, I don't know, like, my ideas and creativity come from movies, and they're really, like, crazy movies. And, like, he started listing off a bunch, which I actually wrote some down because I was like, I wonder if you've seen any of these. But he was like, Welcome to the Dollhouse.
No,
by Todd Salins is like his favorite comedy, and it looked cuckoo, so I was like, maybe we should add that to our list.
That's the guy that did Happiness, the crazy one that I watched last year that was great.
Okay, so you're understanding the line of
yeah, that
inspo,
guy's crazy
maybe?
in a good way. Yeah.
So he brought that up. He also brought up William Wyler as his all-time favorite director, and I was like, I don't know who that is. And he said Mrs. Miniver is a perfect movie, and he bases a lot of, like, his inspiration off that.
What has he done?
I didn't know. I was like, huh, interesting. And what's really funny is...
old-timey.
Yeah, well, he likes a lot of old films, so he was just like, a lot of my...
He did Roman Holiday. Oh, he did Ben-Hur.
Oh, I love Roman Holiday.
He did a Wuthering Heights adaptation.
Interesting.
I've seen Ben-Hur and Roman Holiday.
Oh, you know what else he brought up? Which I was like, well, I think maybe you and I have maybe already touched on this, but he was like, Showgirls.
Oh, love Showgirls.
Like back clocks.
Showgirls is a masterpiece.
And
that 100% makes sense.
Yeah. So, again, to, like, wrap all that up, I thought it was interesting because you and I have talked about that. Like, half jokingly, half seriously, we've said a lot of the people giving their opinions are not, like, unfortunately, like, not to be on my high horse, but it's like, have you watched a movie? Like, it's clear that this director has inspiration from many other things, and I don't think, like, if you're expecting to watch Glee or, like, a show or, like, it's so just, like, A to B, like, you're not gonna enjoy Euphoria. And
yeah.
maybe you should just...
me, it's a...
maybe you should dip your toes a little more into, like... some
yeah.
indie film, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's a little, like, silly, like, the criticism overall, he agreed, he was just like, yeah, like, sorry, it's...
I mean, to me, it's a beautiful thing that, like, season 3 of this show, after, when you look at season 1, and then you're like, okay, season 3 is wrapping up with, like, a dick shooting, like, blood splattered strip club, like,
amazing
shootout between one character that was, like, a side character in season 1 and one character who didn't even show up till this season. Like,
right?
You know,
yeah.
You either like something like that or you don't. I love it. I love the way this show's morphed. Even, like, the title card for this episode, like, Rue and G, like, in the car laughing and, like, driving away. I'm like, this is just, we've come so far from season 1.
Totally.
And it's transformed so much in a way that I've really enjoyed watching. I think it's been great to see how wild it's gotten. It's always big and experimental and shifting, and I think, like, you know, wild is a good name for it. It's like a wild animal. It's always like,
yeah,
you know, bucking at the constraints of what TV even is and what kind of stories you tell. And
I agree.
I love I also love a story where a main character, dies like halfway through, and like then you get like a
Yeah.
whole third act with like total other characters. I think when that's
Agreed.
done well, that can be really interesting. And I thought the finale was kind of a good example of that. Like, there's a
I
whole like
agree.
40 minutes or something after Rue dies,
I
and
know.
it's still riveting. Amazing, emotional
Sure.
shit. It's
And the
fantastic.
reason it is, which we can, kind of end on, is oh boy, was the club scene. I'm sorry. I'm so glad that, like, Coleman, aka Ollie, was, like, the one to get justice for Rue. It was just, like, perfect. I thought, to your point, yeah, like, when Rue passed, I was like, oh, wait, we have, like, 50 minutes left. Like, this is kind of crazy. But it never felt like that because I was the same as Ali. I was like, all right, game on. Like I was pissed. Like when he was doing the fentanyl test in his kitchen, I was like, oh, he's gonna go AWOL. Like I just knew it. I was like, this is gonna be it. And I do like that they showed that he goes to AA first and has like a moment where he is trying
Hmm.
to heal the way he knows, which is like go do this thing, write the name in the book, but I think it was giving kind of a me and you attitude. I love that he was like, I don't like this. Like, I'm sitting here doing what I think is good. I'm doing the right thing. I'm like not doing drugs anymore. I'm reading the Bible. I'm believing in God. I'm going to AA. And this evil shit is still just happening over and over and over again. And people are dying. And
He wants to
I'm
see the
pissed.
impact. Yeah, I
Yeah, he
liked.
was just like, I'm done. Like, reading the Bible isn't helping these kids. Like, he was kind
Yeah,
of just
right.
frustrated. He was like, I'm doing all I can and it's not helping. So, you
How
know
do we
what?
actually like minimize the harm in the first place
I
instead
wrote
of
down the
just
quote. He
like
says, I'm
treating
going
it
to find a way to
after?
be a better service. And I was like, yes, King. Because I knew what that meant. I was like,
Yeah.
exactly. Please do. Put the army background to
Hmm.
test. Like,
Yeah. I
kill the
like the
motherfucker who killed Rue. Like, that is evil. You're right. Like, he just, without a care, just overdosed our favorite girl. Like, how could you not want to get your shotgun fired up and go kill Alamo? Like, I feel like if that hadn't been the ending, I would have been mad. That's what made Rue's death like okay for me. I was like, hell yeah.
It was a good. Yeah, I liked all that a lot. I liked the evolution of his character's psychology in that scene. Love, the whole shootout. It's a big. I think it's probably like a bit of a Rolling Thunder homage, which is a Paul Schrader movie that I really like with
Interesting.
William Devane, where he comes back from Vietnam and he's got like a hook hand and he's totally like gone crazy and he can't identify with anyone anymore and he decides to like go kill a bunch of drug dealers, so he gets like his old army like uniform and he like saws off a
Damn.
shotgun and goes and like it kind of is that. I think it's a bit of an homage to that. Him and like Tommy Lee Jones go and like shoot up like a Mexican whorehouse and like kill all the bad guys in like a big
Yeah.
blood orgy.
I mean, I
um,
just loved it. I love that he like put the lock on the door. Like the whole time, I was like, I wish I was seeing this in a movie theater. Like I would have been clapping and been like, yes. Like I was like, I just can't wait. I know he's gonna shoot out this place, and I love it. Like I'm here for it. Like
yeah,
it was great.
banger.
What did you think about Kitty's BBL? I'm kidding.
Actually, it's funny that you say that because I did. In my head, I said, I'm glad that they made sure we got a really good look at the end result. We get a long tracking shot to really evaluate the quality of the work. It was pretty
Yep.
funny. Not bad. They did pretty good
Props
work
to
as
the
far
makeup
as I could
department.
tell. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was
Those
great.
Mexican
And
surgeons, they did it up.
I saw the actress on the internet somewhere on Instagram like talking about it, and she was like, I was kind of sad to take it off. Like it felt so real. Like she was like enjoying it. She was like, oh, it's kind of nice. But
Nice.
yeah, funny.
Get it.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay, the only complaint I have about this scene, let's see if you can guess. When they're gonna draw. Do you remember like I was like, okay, this bottle better be Cook's because they were like, give me that
Oh,
champagne, and I was like, can you imagine if it was a
that would have
Cook's
been a
bottle?
great call out. Damn.
I was
What a
like,
missed opportunity, you're right.
I know. I was like, maybe Josh couldn't find it. Or maybe like
Gosh.
maybe Sam had another vision, but or maybe it needed to be like more expensive because to be fair, like Alamo's a guy
Alamo's
of
like drinking
taste.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
he's not.
That's
I don't
probably
think he's
it.
drinking Cooks, but I
But
was
not
like,
enough
can
people know
you?
it that you could have passed it off, you know?
I know. I was like, can you imagine like the glee we would have felt if it was a Cook's bottle? I
That would have
loved
been
that
great.
scene too. I was like,
Yeah, I knew that
what a
was
fun,
coming.
what a fun way. Also, what do you think about Bishop's betrayal? That was kind of crazy and
I knew that
unpredicted.
was coming. As soon as he had that conversation with Maddie, I was like,
So,
he's gonna flip.
so why do you think that conversation, it's interesting you thought that. I was pretty surprised because this whole like season you and I have been like he's such a like loyal soldier to Alamo. I was pretty shocked that that's all it took for him to flip. I mean,
Mm,
I was gonna ask you, like, does he have a crush on Maddie? Like, I know it's kind of petty, but he seemed kind of into her. And on the car ride, I was like, they'd be cute.
yeah, but I don't. I think it's more than that, though. I think it's the
Obviously, I'm like kidding, but
he's like the classic samurai character, and I think his loyalty is almost more to like his warrior code than it is to a particular person. And I think we've seen him be kind of like disgusted or disapproving of Alamo's actions throughout the whole season. So I don't find it shocking.
yeah.
And
I
like I
liked
think
his dog. I was cracking up when Maddie was like, "Its name's Snowball," and he's like, "It's a
Snowflake.
boy," or Snowflake. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was funny.
But
He had a
yeah, I
great
was like,
jacket too. That like
yeah.
patchworky leather jacket thing he had on was cool.
Well, I mean, Maddie in the car does, like, again, kind of tying into, like, the religious aspect. She says, like, is there just, like, any grace in the world? And he kind of, like, paused, and you could tell his wheels were turning. He was kind of thinking about it. I
Well,
don't
you
know,
know,
though.
he
I
says
guess,
like when he's killing people for Alamo and stuff, he's like not happy about it. He's like, I've had better days. Like I'm not like
yeah.
he doesn't like revel in like the cruelty or the torture. Like he does it like, you know, it's I think it's
Sure.
like the life he's living and like where he's at in the world. But I think he has a personal code that probably like contradicts that to some degree. And I think he got fed up with, you know, with
Sure.
Alamo's version of things.
Well, that was pretty crazy. I mean, I liked that that's the way it ended. I was super happy with it. And yeah, badass, Ali. Give it up
Yeah.
for my man, Ali. Coleman
That
was
was great.
great, too.
Coleman
He was
Domingo really
good.
is so good. I just watched Dead Man's Wire on the plane with him in it too, and he really is just so great. Like
He
that
really
man can do no
is.
wrong.
So, like, versatile. Just can really do it all. But
Yeah,
yeah, he I just like that he went from I like that to me I still like it still was Ali to me if that makes sense. Like I didn't see it as this huge evolution. Like I think it was just a moment of like justice. Like it was literally Rue to him became a daughter figure. And I think it's like what a dad would do if someone fucking killed her daughter. Like he got that
yeah, for
parental
sure.
rage within him. But I don't think that means like he's gonna continue this path of like craziness or now he's gonna be any
No,
different. I think going to the homestead was a good way to like show that like Ollie is still Ollie. It was just a moment of like getting justice for his girl. And I
yeah,
like that. Because I don't want to see
vigilante,
Ollie.
vigilante
Yeah, it was
style.
and again, like I said, hey, he what, like spent years in the military? Put that to use. What a waste of time, right? Like put it to
I
good
mean, they could
use.
make a sick spin-off series with
Oh
Ali
my
being
god.
like an anti-drug vigilante.
Said. But yeah, I thought it was great.
He could be
And
the
I
next.
did like
Oh, Coleman Domingo could be the new Punisher.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Like he's a Marvel character. He's like a
Right.
vigilante character. He's kind of a good guy, but he none of the good guys like him because he kills the bad guys.
I could see it. I could see Coleman doing a lot. And I was thinking I kind of hope he gets nominated for an Emmy for this too.
You know what? They should make him Shaft. He would be such a good Shaft. It wouldn't even be
Yeah,
funny.
that would be excellent. But yeah, I mean, I really think him, Zendaya, and Sydney deserve like Emmy nominations for this. I think the three of them are been outstanding. I mean, everyone's been great, but I really think their performances are standout. I think Sydney Sweeney, despite all the talk, I'm like, yeah, like she definitely deserves something. Like that was a crazy run for her character, and Sam did also. He brought up some other things about they of course asked him like just was like, how do you feel about everyone being mad that she gets like the most screen time and the nudity and blah blah blah. And again, we were spot on. I just liked that like Sam definitely is our boy. Like he was just like, I don't care. He was like, we have intimacy. He just was just like, I don't need to like go through what we do on set. Like it's kind of obvious for an HBO show, but also like he was like, I give Sydney Sweeney a lot of props. Like as an actress, like she sat at the table and I gave her the option of like, I did not pressure her whatsoever. If anything, I went into it like maybe less nudity this season, and she was like, "No, like if you're gonna do an OnlyFans story, like come on, like let's bring it." Like it was fun for her as an actress. Yeah. It was like we gotta go all out. Like it's like giving like So he was like, "Yeah, like I did enter this season." He's like, "I have 2 kids now, like a wife, like I." You have to understand, like, also, like, all the movies I like, a lot of that is artistic, and I don't view it how the world views it. Like, I'm not viewing it as creepy. It's a way to tell a story, and it's a real way to tell it. It's not skirting or... So I thought that was interesting that he answered it in that way. He was like, she was, like, full guns blazing. Like, I want to do it. I want to go all out. I want to go out with a bang. I do think Cassie would be nude and not care. Like, let's show it how it would really be.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, and then...
Fair enough. I agree.
Also, he brought up, like...
Fan club.
He also talked, and touched on how, again, like, I'm kind of Team Sam Levinson. He was like, I have a family and a life and interests. If I were to sit around and, like, tell my truth or, like... talk about what the internet's talking about me, he's like, what a negative, like, nasty way to live. He was just like, I don't care. Like,
it's weird that it's even a question. Other directors
they did ask,
like,
well, they have
kind
to
of stuff. Like, they don't really. Like, I think it's crazy that like nobody asked this of any other director making R-rated movies with sex and nudity. There's hundreds of those that come out every year. There's many famous directors who have tons of sex in their movies, and nobody like harasses them like they're some sex pest and makes it like a story, like even worth talking about.
I just thought his answer was
just movies, and it's like for some reason he's been
I thought his answer totally though was like very much a clapback. Like I appreciated it. He was just like, what a like lame way to live. Like I have like kids, I have a life, like I like watching movies, like I don't care. He was just like, I say whatever you want about me, that's just not the reality like I'm living in, so like don't care. And I was like, king. I'm just like, I appreciated that essentially everything we've said all along, it seems like we're right. Like there was no hint of any like negativity, like in terms of like the set, the people working behind the scenes, like it was a good way to like end the season. He was just like, yeah, like we're all very proud of this project. It's been an amazing journey. We've kept the same people on, like camera, costume, makeup. So like it's been like a really incredible journey. So he was like, the only time it's, like a little bit of a bummer is that like we're all like thriving in that. And it's a bummer that people like don't think so, because this has been like one of the most important things we've all like done together. So
once they got rid of Barbie's shitting cats, it was smooth sailing from there on out. They just had to tighten up the crew a little bit.
But yeah, I mean, as a whole, I think it was what we kind of predicted, which is we did not know where this was going to go. I'm surprised, like, I guess we kind of did predict that, like, Ollie was going to go off, but I thought maybe it would be more in the sense of, like, while all the action was happening, and it would be, like, saving Rue, like, I did not foresee any of this, like, vengeful Tarantino-esque, like, show up to the strip club. Like, it was cool. I liked it. I liked that I was surprised, I guess. I did want to be surprised, and I felt very much entertained the entire episode.
Same.
And I guess, like, that is just very telling of, like, Sam's work. He even touched on that. He was like, my goal going into Euphoria was I wanted every character for the audience to really never know where they were going. Like, that was always the goal, was like, they're not predictable. And I think that's what kept Euphoria engaging and interesting, and all the character arcs I'm really proud of. And I was thinking, like, yeah, like, I agree. Like, we say it all the time, but you're like, season 1 to now, you're like, I would have never seen some of these characters where they are, but
what that's what's evolution.
It's been thrilling. Well,
indeed.
I know you're in Sweden and you need to take a nap, so I do just
Eat
want to
dinner.
and eat, right? But Alex and I will absolutely, once he's back next week, our plan is to come up with some sort of fun way to wrap up the season. There's just no way we can't be together for that. So
That's a euphoric drinking game, perhaps.
yeah, maybe a drinking game. Also, again, it can give us more time. We'll still kind of maybe touch on anything we didn't get to talk about today concerning the finale in the season and kind of reminisce over the 3 seasons we've been doing this. I think it would be a good way to end. And yeah, I just want to, I guess, even though this isn't the end, I just want to say thanks to all of our Euphorians. And I've had a lot of fun doing this, and I so appreciate all the commentary and feedback and engagement. It's been such a wild ride, and although we're not quite finished yet, it's been an honor to deliver you the Euphoria news every week.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, we can't cheers, and I didn't even get a drink because I was like, it's literally 1 p.m. here, and for you, you're dying, so...
I know.
Well, I hope you get a good rest in Sweden, Alex.
Thank you. We'll do double cheers next week to make up for it.
But we do have to end on we can do a fake cheers. That's so euphoric.
That's so euphoric.
That's so euphoric. Okay. Like today's episode? Great. We love that for you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Leave us a podcast review on Apple, Spotify, or wherever the fuck you listen to us weekly. And be sure to follow us on Instagram at @so_euphoric for all the Euphoria updates you could ever possibly want in your life. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out, bitches.